So relative clauses, or sometimes we call them in English subordinate clauses, or any kind of clause that's not Santa. Ha ha ha. Anyway, a relative clause is what we are used to seeing as the man who I was talking to, the place where I go every day, the person that I bought is my favorite. So relative clauses are essentially the thing where you're actually giving two pieces of information about one thing. So for the man, we're giving two pieces of info. It's who I was talking to, and he is my brother. Sometimes in Japanese, I find in any language you write, yesterday I went to the park. The park was far. And why can't we put that into one sentence? The park that I went to yesterday is far. So this is a quick idea on how to do it. In English, we put the two pieces of information after what it is we are talking about. So there's the man, and there's a piece of information and another piece of information. In Japanese, we like to put the thing that we are talking about in the middle. The first piece, or what we call the secondary piece of information, comes first, and then the other piece of information comes after. And the only thing to remember about this part is that it has to be in plain form. So let's have a quick look. So in other words, you're trying to find the information that you want. And I'm going to skip this part and I'm going to go right down to this example because it makes way more sense to me. So yesterday I went to the park. The park is far. So the common thing that we're talking about in both sentences is the park. And the first information is that I went there yesterday. And so when we do that, when we're putting that together, we take a look at our sentence. We take out the park word. I'm just going up top. And we take out the going to particle. We call it the particle or the signal. So you end up with kino ikimashita. Now, as I said, you have to put this into plain form. And it's kino itta. Two little checks. If there's any ga, they generally change to no in this phrase. If there's any da, it generally changes to na. There's none. And now I put it in front of the word I am talking about. Kino ita koen wa toukata desu. The park that I went to yesterday is far. All right. Just going to go over and look at the second example. Just have to get there. Sorry. Here we go. Oh, thanks. So we're talking about a camera here. My dad gave me bought a camera, and that camera was expensive. So in English, I would probably be saying the camera that my dad bought is expensive. That I bought, and it's yesterday. So the word or the main noun, the main word in both sentences is kamera. So kamera becomes the pivot, and usually gets the wa because it's what we're talking about. The first information is Chichi wa kino kamera o kaimashita. So we know to take out the camera and the o because we don't need that. And then we get Chichi wa kino kaimashita. Now I've got to switch it to plain form. Chichi wa kino katta. And generally we change the wa here to the ga. Why do we do that? Because wa is who or what we're talking about in the main sentence. And you can only ever have one wa per sentence. But ga is like a junior wa. It allows you to have another wa in the sentence. It's just not the main thing you're talking about. So that wa changes to ga. Chichi ga kino katta. Now we have our first piece of information. Chichi ga kino katta kamera wa takakatta desu. If we look below, we have the baby is Miss Yamanaka-san. The baby is cute. Aka-chan wa kawaii desu. Aka-chan wa Yamanaka-san no musuko desu. And it comes into as taking out the aka-chan, taking out the wa. It's kawaii into plain form. Kawaii aka-chan wa Yamanaka-san no musuko desu. I invite you to try the next two sentences. You will have answers on the last page of the handout that is related to these relative clauses. And when you're feeling comfortable, go try the quiz whose link is at the bottom of this video. Great. Any questions? Let me know.